Hey guys, hi and welcome to the video. So in the last video, I actually showed you how to write a decorator. Now guys, let's step up the game a little bit. Let's make it even more interesting. How can I write? So let me just show you what I did. So we had a simple function, okay? We had a simple function and basically we did our Redis caching on this, right? We wrote basically a decorator, right? I would leave the links to the part one in the description. Guys, now let's step up the game and make it asynchronous. How can I write asynchronous decorator in Python? I mean, you must have heard about async IO. You can write async functions. Can I write an async decorator? Well, how do I even write it? I don't know. I mean, so here is a video for that, guys. Application-based video. So similarly, I have the same function, but basically now this time it's async. So basically in the last video we did basically computes the square and it returns that, right? But in this one we have a little twist. What we are doing is basically we have defined this as an async IO function, and then we are using a decorator to basically set the values in the cache. Interesting. Okay, I've never seen something like that. Async define compute square, which takes a number equals to number, return the number. Now, interesting thing, cached async, which is a decorator. So I define async function. This takes a function. Inside that I have to define my wrapper. Basically now my wrapper is an async. Since it's a coroutine, since this function is an async, the wrapper has to be also a async function, has to be an async. So basically I just get the first value from the args, which is basically the number. I check whether the number is there in the cache. If it is there, return the cache value. If it is not there, I would say await, call the function. So it's gonna call compute. So it's gonna call this coroutine. So it's gonna wait until it's done. Args and quarks, whatever you pass in, then basically it's gonna set the value in the cache and then return that value and return the wrapper, which it basically is this. Pretty amazing. Can you see I mean, you can write the cache logic here, but having a async decorator, what the hell? I mean, I have never seen something like that. So yeah, just wanted to bring it to you guys. Now you might ask me one question. Hey Somil, pretty nice tutorial, right? So let me show you let me run it. So now it's gonna wait for 3 seconds because it's not there in the cache. Next time I run it, the value is in the cache. So it's gonna return me the cache value. Now you would say Somil, but the question is, where the hell is the value, right? I mean, there is no value in this. What we can do is basically, if you really want to get the value out of it, basically what you can do is basically you can set up a queue. So what we know is basically, okay, here is the thing. Let me put it this way. Instead of returning this, what I'm saying is basically you want to get that value, right? How the hell do I do that? There are there are several approaches you can use. So what we are doing is basically this compute square, right? Basically we are checking it first of all the number. If it is there, we return that. Otherwise we basically compute it again. We call this and do it. One thing is we can use a priority queue here. Actually I can show you. I have a queue basically. Now let's do it, man. This is really very complicated. It's absolutely not for beginners. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is basically, before returning this value, I would actually put it in a queue. So I mean, since it's in the queue, I mean, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna put it in the queue. What I'm gonna also do is basically before returning this, if it's a cache value, queue dot put. Okay, good, right? Now, once the async function is done, what you can do is basically, you can have a simple logic here where you can say while true, you can say flag, and I would say queue.empty, and I can just say flag cache. This is pretty new, okay? You won't find this like tutorials anywhere else. So what you can do is basically, you can pop the item from the queue. So you can say get. So you can do a break here, and finally you can say, I mean, pretty amazing, right? Like you can write async decorators. I mean, that's just out of the box. Okay. Let's try it out. Even if this works, I don't know. Let's try it out. So it's returning the cached value here. Technically, I was actually expecting this to work for some reason. So queue.get basically, let me see. So what I was expecting technically is basically when we do this, right? When the decorator is run, no matter what, we are putting the values in the queue. So technically in the queue, the value should be there. Let me see. So the cache value was print. So I think since it's a cached value, I know what the problem is. I exactly know what the problem is. So yeah, I'm gonna fix it. So it's a byte. That's the reason we had this issue. Let me see if I can convert this into an int maybe. Might give me error. Oh, okay, it works. So I think when I put this in the queue, I should have done like val here, remove that one. Now what I could have done is, of course this is gonna compute, so I don't need to do anything there. Let's try that logic now. Okay, so it says cached value. For some reason, this right here is not running. So flag is queue.empty if flag. Yeah, there's something I'm missing here. Temp break. Oh, this should be outside, I guess. Yeah, I think that was the issue. Let's try it out again. So we have an error. So it says value underscore is not defined, name error underscore is not defined. Oh, of course, temp. What the hell? Pretty nice, like amazing. So guys, what I'm saying is there is a lot of concept involved. You have to know about queues, asynchronous, coroutines. I mean, this is definitely not for a beginner, I would say. I mean, it's a pretty complicated topic. I would leave the links in the description. So yeah, play with it, man. I would leave everything up. So I'm using queues. I'm using a lot of concept. I'm using async here, coroutines and stuff like that. Pretty intense, pretty nice tutorial, I would say. I mean, I hope you have really enjoyed such kind of tutorials. If so, kindly let me know by doing that in the comments. That will really motivate me to create really good quality contents. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.